What's up guys, it's all day Anthony. In today's video, we are diving into more suspension goodies for that Honda Civic. Alright, so by now you guys are probably thinking, Anthony, enough with these unboxing videos. We get it. We just want to see you install the parts on the car. And you guys are preaching to the choir. Trust me, guys. I totally understand. I totally get it. I wish this could be an install video. However, I'm still trying to work out the logistics of installing these parts because I would like to get the car up in the air again like we did on the coilover install video for a couple reasons. Basically, I have a few more parts on the way for the car, first off, which I'd like to knock out in a couple different videos. And if I can get the car in the air to be able to do that, it's going to make things so much easier, and I think it's gonna make for a cooler video experience. And the other side of this is that a lot of people actually like these unboxing videos because they get a first look at what the finish of the product is like, what the quality of the product is like, and what it looks like in somebody else's hands. So if you were to try to replicate the setup or pick up the stuff for yourself, you know what you're getting, and I feel like that helps with the whole buying experience, especially when you're modifying a car. With that said, let's go ahead and tear these boxes open and see just what I got. All right, so jumping straight into this, we're gonna go for the big box first because this second box will make more sense after we open this first box. So, cut this thing open. Holy crap. Ooh. Oh man. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. So obviously I got more TruHart suspension stuff. If that's not obvious, then I don't really know what to tell you. So let's go with this first. And so based off the way this looks, you could assume that this is a front camber kit. And if you did assume that, you would be correct. I literally have so many of these TruHart stickers, I could make a banner across the back windshield with just small single stickers like this. So we got those. Looks like we got some cotter pins in here. And then this is packed really well, actually. So you got a little piece of foam in between both of these. So taking a look at this, dude, this thing's pretty heavy duty. So I've felt other Civic camber kits before, and they don't feel like this. I'll just say that right now. A lot of the other camber kits you'll find are meant to be lightweight, but they end up feeling more cheap if anything. But so you got your front left here. Dude, that's really nice. That is super freaking sturdy. Like, I'm sitting here trying to pull this apart like I can bend it, and then I know that's not even a thing. So yeah, so the quality of the finish on here, it feels like a powder coat. Feels really nice. So you got your adjusters down here. Right off the bat, one thing I do like is that your adjusters are down here, so you can adjust it from the bottom. So if you were to grab a hex key or anything like that, you could just twist those, loosen it up, and adjust your camber as necessary. So there's that one, and then jumping into the second one here for the front right. And there you go. So, dude, that's money. That's super nice. Very impressive. Like I said, I've felt some other Honda camber kits before, and they do not feel like this. This thing feels super strong, super quality. And here's the pins for the camber kit itself, so you'd slide those right through there. So that's box number one. All right, so box number two. Any guesses? Any guesses? Anybody? Anybody? All right, well, let's just tear it open. Ah, yes. Yeah, more stickers. More, I'll just point that out, more stickers. These are the rear control arms. Now, I decided to go with the polished aluminum look rather than that colored anodized look, mainly for the fact that on every Honda I've seen, most of the anodized parts do fade because most of them live in the outside conditions, kind of like mine here. And so if I would have gone with red, I could imagine that would have turned pink over time, especially with driving in the snow and things like that. So I decided to go with the polished look. And dude, that looks money. That looks absolutely awesome. So you have no bushings inside here, so you don't have to reuse any old ones. And this is, dude, this is pretty lightweight, man. This is, I'm pretty sure it's just built aluminum is what it is. And then going into the secondary one cool thing I like about it is that they got basically like a laser, I wouldn't say this is laser etched, but they got some type of printed stamped logo on there rather than just being plain. And think it looks good, dude. I think it's a nice touch, a nice TruHart touch here. But yeah, dude, that looks awesome. That looks really, really good. So there is the rear control arms. So here's the thing. Initially, when I ordered the control arms and the front camber kit, that was actually all I ordered. I only ordered those two things because I thought the rear camber is already fine. I'm not rubbing on the rear at all, and I should be fine. However, the more I thought about it, it just didn't make sense to have a front camber kit and not a rear camber kit, especially when the rear is so much cheaper than the front. So I figured, why not do that to where I can really dial in the suspension and get this thing to handle the best it's ever handled. So with that said, I have another package here, and I'm assuming you probably can guess what this thing is. So let's go ahead and cut this thing open. All right. So these are little guys. These are little, but right off the bat, I like this, dude. I like this a lot because they match. Nobody's ever gonna see these, but they do match. So the finish on these is exactly the same as the finish on the front camber kit. So yeah, guys, wow, it's nice. So this is a sticker, unfortunately, so it's not laser printed or anything like that. But hey, I'll deal with it. A little bit of that powder coat is coming off right down there below at the weld there. Not really a big deal. But other than that, though, these look money, man. I think these look really nice. They feel solid. The finish is nice. Other than that little chipping there. But so there's that one, and then another one underneath here. And the finish on this one is money. So no chipping or anything like that down there. But yeah, guys. So that's the. I don't really know what else to say. You have your adjustments right here. So other than that, this is just a simple rear camber kit. I mean, it doesn't really get complicated. The Honda stuff is really simple. They do not overly complicate this. As you guys saw on the front camber kit, everything is just adjusted with some hex wrenches there. This rear control arm setup is really easy to install. All this is actually really easy to install. The reason why I was saying before about the lift is because of the other parts that are coming in. And so it's not gonna make sense for me to take all the stock stuff off and then put this stuff on just to have to get the car up in the air again because I really don't want to be crawling around on the ground once this new shiny piece comes in, and I'm just gonna leave it at that, right? I'm not gonna spoil everything for you. If you have any guesses on what else is coming for the car, feel free to leave them down in the comments. But so far, this is gonna be it for the suspension. So some people might be wondering, what is the suspension update so far? Well, I've been on these coils, these TruHart StreetPlus coils, for well over a month now, and I have no complaints. So maybe you can consider this a short-term review, but so far, I absolutely love them. They ride better than stock. They absolutely ride better than stock. They're really smooth. They do take bumps. They're stiff when you need them to be, if that makes sense. But when I'm taking a corner, they have a dramatic reduction in body roll. So compared to the stock suspension, if I would take a corner, dude, I was literally flying into the passenger seat of the car because the body roll was so bad. However, being on the StreetPlus coils has really fixed this. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not going outside, it's because it is freaking windy out there and I don't want to pick up a bunch of wind noise on the microphone and ruin the audio. So consider that my short-term review. I'd like to give a long-term review down the road just to show how they're holding up, if they're leaking or squeaking or anything out of the usual. But so far, so good, and I literally have no complaints. Now, the one thing that I do need to do on the car is get the alignment done still. So I'm a month in. I know, don't bash me down in the comments. I still have not gotten alignment done because I was waiting on these extra suspension parts. There's no reason to go get an alignment only to install these and have to go back again. So what I would like to do is I would like to dial in this car to where not only it handles better with maybe a little more camber, a little less camber, I need to find out where the car is sitting first and then make my adjustments as needed. Now, as far as rubbing goes, the only area I'm rubbing, and I'll come out here in the wind to show you, is here on the front fender liner. There is a little clip that you would push in here. I'm rubbing just on that clip. So I've felt along these edges and I'm not getting any major rubbing. It's actually just on that push clip on this side. and on the passenger side. Now, it hasn't bothered me. I haven't broken the clips yet, but I imagine with some more driving and some harder cornering, those are just gonna pop right off. And I would like to either run a little more camber or possibly take out these fender liners. The only downside about removing the fender liners is kicking up all that rock and crap into the side skirts and into this front door area. Sorry guys, wind, like I said, wind. Now on the rears here, I have no rubbing. I have yet to rub on the rear. I don't know if because it's just tighter back here. I also haven't had anybody ride in the rear yet. So far, I've only had me and a passenger in the car. No rubbing on the rear whatsoever. If somebody sat in the back seat, that might change things, so I can't really speak to that as of right now. But so far, so good. So, like I said, no rubbing, but if I can adjust the camber on the rear as well as the front, that's gonna make some more sense. Back in the garage. All right. So, the point, what am I trying to do with this car? So, if I'm being honest, what I would love to do, kind of, I call it a small goal, a short goal, is I would like to take this car out to an autocross event. I'd like to see what it's capable of, you know, living life in second gear, cracking that D16 VTEC, and seeing just how well it does. Now, that's a short-term goal. A longer-term goal would be to take this up in the mountains and really rip on it and push it as hard as I can in the canyons. We do have some local twisties, if you've seen my previous videos, that are absolutely awesome. And so I think taking the car up there, miking it up, getting some good audio, getting some good camera angles, I think would be pretty wicked, and I would like to do that for some future vlogs. So ideally, I would just like a better handling, tighter handling Civic. Now, one thing that I'm not super experienced in is dialing in the camber on a Honda Civic. On my last Honda Civic hatch, I just had skunked 2 lowering springs and I just sent it how it was. I never really fine-tuned the camber, I never really installed any other camber kit. So with that said, I would like some recommendations down in the comments. If you guys have a go-to camber setup for a Civic Coupe here that you think would be great for daily driving and then some aggressive driving up in the canyons or taking it out to an autocross day, let me know in the comments. I'm really curious. I don't know if running 2 camber, negative 2 camber in the front and negative 1.5 in the rear is too much, too little. Like I said, I'm not super experienced in that, so I would like some recommendations. Now, once I get these parts on here in the next week or so, I'm gonna be taking it down for an alignment, so I'll be taking all of those comments into consideration for the final camber settings on the Civic here. Like I said before, this is still my daily driver, so I need it to be functional, and I know camber doesn't wear the tires a ton, it's more of your toe and caster and things like that. It's a combination of things, so I'd like something that is streetable, yet gonna be more aggressive for that canyon carving. So guys, I think that's going to wrap up this short video. Like I said before, I know you guys don't love these unboxing videos, you just want to see me install them, and I am right there with you. I want to get these installed. I wish I could install them and go get my alignment tonight if I could, but right now I'm still working out the logistics of installing everything and getting it to where it's more ideal for a video shoot. So hopefully this video is helpful in giving you a first look at kind of what you're getting with the TruHart camber kit for the front and rear, as well as the rear control arms. If you guys found this video helpful, please hit that like button. As always, you can subscribe down below for more Civic content here in the future, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is Anthony. Peace.